Hello and welcome to Theme Park Information. In today's show we're going to look at everything that makes for a really bad day at a theme park. So don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more content, and let's get into the first point, and the first one is obviously the weather. Obviously this could actually go either way. It can either be extremely hot, really humid, and you're effectively just dying of dehydration all day, which isn't great. A couple of times I've been in the US, we've had extremely hot days where it's felt like, like 45 degrees or something like that. It's pretty sapping. You're going to be needing quite a lot of drinks throughout the day. But the other flip side of that is endless, horrible, negative rain where like rides close and stuff like that. Thankfully, I've not really ever been to a park where it has rained sideways all day. I've had it where, see the point, they've had a storm come in and they've had to close rides, which was pretty horrible. I would not want that all day. Moving on from the weather, you obviously have the park's really busy. Amazingly, if a park's pretty much capacity or stuff like that, it's going to really suck. Effectively, you're going to have to wait ages for everything. Want to get food? Long wait. Want to go to the toilet? Probably long wait. Want to go on any half-decent ride throughout the day? Long wait. It is an absolute nightmare if you're at a park and it's really busy. Me and my friend actually went to Kings Island on Memorial Day in the US, and we actually were just there like, we're only here for a day, we are getting the fast pass. Yes, it's like $80 or something like that, but it's like, it's worth it. We only have so many hours here. And effectively, amazingly, in fairness, for that day, and as a flip side for how good it is, they actually let in like veterans and army personnel for free. So, I can understand why it was a popular day, but yeah, that sort of thing, killer for a park. One train operations. So if you're ever queuing and it could be quiet, it could be busy, and the queue just doesn't ever seem to be moving, you don't ever seem to be getting anywhere, and you only ever see the train sparingly, it could be because it's running one train, and running one train is awful. I do appreciate that you can't run two trains or three trains all the time. Sometimes maintenance is needed. Sometimes it's obviously a problem. Sometimes you'd expect it to be a really quiet day and it's busy out of nowhere. But yeah, it's such an irritation when it's just a momentum killer. I hate it so much. Moving on from that is obviously, to do very similar, but obviously ride breakdowns and stuff like that. Now this seems to be especially prevalent at somewhere like Alton Towers, where I swear I've had a day where literally every ride we went to has broken down. And that's like things like the Smiler, it happened on 13, it's happened on like Air, Nemesis, stuff like that. It is such an irritating thing. It's just like, I just want to get on it, guys. Like, it's like I've been queuing because it's Alton Towers for literally 45 minutes, so now for everything. I just want to get on the ride, and lo and behold, the amount of times, for example, something like the Smiler has broken down, or I've been in the station for it. I think it's happened twice, where it's like, come on, can you not just get on the ride at least? And the amount of times I end up in row 3 as well on that thing is ridiculous. Which also happily moves us on to assigned seating. Now, I will be honest, I get assigned seating. It's to make the ride loading more efficient. It's so you don't have a load of people just queuing from the front, or some people queuing from the back. I will say I like it as a concept, but I also will be honest, I like the idea that you can request a row. That if you go like, look, can I go at the back, or can I go at the front? It's like it's one of the things where it's like it kind of works both ways. Obviously, some accommodation I think is needed, but it would be quite nice if it wasn't quite so like dictatorial for it. But anyway, moving on to another thing, again related to rides, but as rides with locker systems, and especially if you have to pay for them. So I kind of get the locker system, again, is to help throughput, it's to help capacity. Effectively, it means that you don't have like a bag, which you'll then have to carry over to put it on the other side of the station, and then go around, and then have to collect it. It also means that your variables are probably less likely to be stolen as well. So there's a good size to it. Absolutely hate the fact you have to pay for them. Special shout out, by the way, for X2 at Magic Mountain for this, which has the audacity to effectively have the lockers in the station right there, and effectively you just and being the most stupidly confusing over the top system ever. just include it in the park ticket if you're going to do it. I think that's what Hershey Park does. It's including the ticket. Just do it that way, guys. So much easier. Let's move on to, and this is going to sound really bad, but I really hate it when parks, especially this is more of a US thing, but have really large water parks, and it's like, why? Like, surely your dry park is where most of your focus should be, especially somewhere like Cedar Point, where it's like, who is going to Cedar Point continually to go to the water park? And yes, the irony of me having gone to the water park is not lost on me. But it's one of the things, it's like you're a park which is already kind of cramped for space, a park which is synonymous with world-class roller coasters attraction. I'm pretty sure you could get rid of your kind of small and pointless water park and build another few roller coasters in its place. Like, come on. I know I've kind of half praised it earlier, but at the same time, fast pass are extremely irritating. It does depend massively how they're done, because sometimes they are done extremely efficiently, whereby you effectively are using them to get massive benefits, but at the same time, it's not putting loads of people out of place. It does massively depend on the park as well. But I do remember back in the day being at Alton Towers, and we used to have season passes, and you used to be able to get effectively fast pass for certain rides, and absolutely abusing the system and literally having like 5 or 6 each, and it's like, we don't probably need this many, and actually giving them away to people, if you must know. So yeah, it's just one of the things where it's like, that's so stupid. Now, having one fast pass on the ticket, perfect, works really nicely. I completely get it. I'm in favour of that. Having it where you can pretty much get unlimited, not a huge fan of it. Yeah, not a huge fan of that. I think that kind of brings it to the end. There's a few personal ones, which I'm not a huge fan of theme park food options. I kind of feel that more variety and just overall just difference is needed in especially this is far more prevalent in the US parks, where it's like if you don't want pizza, burrito, chicken nuggets, or like a burger, there's literally no, or barbecue stuff, then it literally is just, oh my god, it's I do appreciate that maybe things like pastas and other stuff or curries aren't as preferred, aren't as preferred in the US, but that little bit of variety would be really nice. Not quite as much for trouble in parks in the UK and Europe, for the most part. Other than Park Mature, which has awful food options, by the way. I don't get it. It's a park which is a third of its visitors are international, and yet it has really limited food options. It's like, what are you playing at? And also food options, and this is very much personal to me. I wish there was more vegetarian food places. Is it that difficult to have a vegetarian food outlet? Bear in mind that not just vegetarians can eat there. It's really inclusive for everyone. Oh well. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I don't really think there is personally. I can see me adding a part 2 to this at some point, of what things parks really do, which are awful. So don't forget to leave some likes, some comments with what you hate, and also don't forget to subscribe as well, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.